What's up everyone? Today we're going to cover a little bit of earnings and market conditions, and then we'll go over a technical analysis of Vechain and discuss the exact key levels that Vechain has to either break or hold to become bullish or bearish. I'll show you the exact levels that I'm looking for a short and a long trade here. Earnings was good at the start of the week with companies like GM and McDonald's surpassing expectations, but tech companies such as Apple, Amazon, and Google showed really bad earnings this week, which is why we're seeing a drop in the market right now. You can also see a bearish sentiment start to creep into the market. On top of that, we've had a pretty good run here in the last few weeks, and the market is actually currently in extreme greed, which is usually a good indicator of a market top and a good time to sell or go short. Starbucks also misses expectations as China COVID surge hits international sales. This is also pretty bad news for the consumer confidence index. But overall, it's just a bunch of negative news that is going to affect the markets, and the only thing we're mainly concerned with is understanding the direction of the market at the moment. So with all this bad news, I believe that the bias of a lot of traders are going to go short, and you do want to trade with momentum. You do want to trade alongside whichever way smart money is taking the market. So with all this bad news, it does look like we're going to get some sort of retrace, although I do think that we are still macro bullish for the next couple months. So to go over Vechain, so the reason I do think that we are bearish right now, I'm actually going to go over to the DXY. So DXY actually printed it's in the process of printing a weekly bullish engulfing candle at the moment. If we go over to the daily, same thing. We are also in the process of closing a bullish engulfing candle, and this is a pretty good sign of a market reversal. So when DXY is going up, a lot of assets are going down, as that just makes a lot of sense, as money just moves around, right? It just moves around from asset to asset. You want to follow the money, and if money is flowing into the US dollar, then that means it's flowing out of a lot of risk on assets. So I'm going to go over to Bitcoin here. This is actually a short trade that our Discord group is looking at the moment. So if Bitcoin does hold a candle close above this order block right here, we're actually going to see a slightly larger push up and a sweep of these highs right here. So I do think likely we'll hit rejection here, but if we don't, price is probably going to traverse up here to sweep those out before we move down. So these are trades that I'm currently looking at. So a trade like this is ideally what I want to see, but if we actually do end up getting a candle close above this, then a trade like this is something you could also take. Since I'm bearish on Bitcoin like this, I do think Vechain is going to see something similar. So if we go down to a lower time frame here, we'll go down to the 1 hour. We actually just built up a bunch of liquidity right here. We have a lot of relatively equal highs, although I do think these got swept out. Yeah, these got swept out already. But we have a lot of relatively equal highs like this. So I do think Vechain is going to come up before it's going to come down. And that goes in line with what I think of Bitcoin. I think it's going to come up before it comes down. I just don't know exactly how much it's going to come up before it comes down, but I do think this is a pretty good area. We also have a pretty good volume node right here to stop any price action within this 30-minute order block right here. So back to Vechain, I do think that we'll see a little bit of a sweep right here of these highs, and then if we do break this low right here on the way down, this would be our third confirmation. So this move up right here would be our first confirmation. So let me actually make this a little cleaner for you guys. The sweep of this liquidity right here, that'd be your first confirmation. A move down and a break of this market structure low right here. This would be your second confirmation. And your third confirmation would be a retap into supply here like this. And this would be our entry into the trade if you wanted a very safe entry into the trade. If you want a little bit of a more optimal but riskier entry, you can enter either on the sweep, stop above the order block, or you can enter a little bit above the sweep, possibly on this 0.78 of the fib. That wouldn't be a bad entry either. And then you could ride your profits down. But I do believe that the third confirmation is always the safest entry, as you already have double confirmation, and the third confirmation really just solidifies your entry into the trade. So in terms of a short trade, this is what I'm looking at. In terms of a long trade, So pretty much all I really want to see in terms of bullishness is price come down and just print a weekly lower or a weekly higher low. So if we print a weekly higher low, then absolutely I am, definitely bear or bullish on the market, and we'll ride along, a long trade probably up to probably this high, but it'll really depend on what the markets are doing. But in terms of retrace, I do want to see a full retrace all the way down to this weekly change of character. This would be, the most ideal entry for me in terms of a long trade, somewhere around 0.018783. But this is on ACAP, so I would definitely see what this high is on your exchange. But anything below this is ideally what I want to see. I probably don't want to see anything within these two candles. Something like a double bottom, I guess that would be okay, but that would kind of get rid of a lot of bullishness for me. I do want to see a clear higher low, something just tapping barely into this zone of demand here, into this zone of demand. That's kind of what I want to see. If we go down to the daily here, that's what we want to see on the daily. This would also make sense in terms of this order block right here, this bullish order block. So maybe something barely tapping into this weekly change of character and staying within this daily order block would be a fairly ideal trade here. If we take a fib from this swing low to this swing high, just like this, I'm gonna get rid of this other fib. This actually lies right in the golden pocket as well. So this would be a fairly good area of confluence to take a long trade. We also have a volume node right here. This is actually the POC of this entire area. If you take the FRVP of this previous range, this is just where the POC is. So yeah, there's just a lot of volume in this area as well. So if price ever comes down here, this is definitely an area of high rejection. I probably wouldn't actually play this order block. I'm likely just gonna play this fib and volume right here. Yeah, this looks like a likely area of rejection here. And if we do end up coming down, definitely this order block right here is something you can look at. But anything below this, I'm probably just gonna watch price action and look for another sign of market reversal before I, make any conclusions here. In terms of long trades, I definitely look at either that or this. If you have a longer play in mind, you can absolutely, I think it'd be smart to just DCA your position in here, 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 and here. Maybe 4 DCA positions. That's definitely a valid strategy as well, whatever your trading style is. But in my opinion, I do think that these two areas are the most likely areas of rejection for price, and we can see a market reversal. So yeah, in terms of Vechain, I do think we are looking at a market top right here, maybe a slight movement of price up. And then I will be looking for a market reversal somewhere within this area, within these two areas here. If you guys enjoyed this type of analysis, please let me know in the comments and leave a like and subscribe if you guys want more content like this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.